We have an identity crisis in the industry. To explain to you better what this means, I would use an example. It's all driven by ever-increasing scale and complexity of computing. Let me show you how complex things can be very quickly using an example. So let's say you have data, very valuable data for you, crown jewel. That data probably lives in some kind of database. And every cybersecurity professional, whether knowingly or unknowingly, goes through a mental loop, enumerating all the possible ways how that data could be stolen or even just accessed. Database listens on the network, so you need to make sure there is a strong authentication, encryption, audit, compliance controls, so on and so forth. But if I'm attacking you, if I want to steal your data, I can just socially engineer your workforce and get an SSH key to get into a Linux box, bypassing database security, and I will get data filed directly. So you need to make sure you have privileged access management solution to secure your Windows and Linux boxes to prevent that from happening. But then I will socially engineer and steal some credentials from your employees, and I will get into Cloud API using different door, bypassing your Linux security, bypassing your database security. So you need to secure that. But then I see, oh, you're using Kubernetes. I can phish your employees and I will get a Kubernetes API credentials, and I will get into a pod where database is running and I will get data out this way. So you need to secure that. But then I will get into Grafana, for example, and from Grafana I might jump into database or into GitLab or Jenkins or any other workload that has database credentials. The point is, these things are called access paths. And the modern scale of complexity says that you have infinite number of them. This is why it takes sometimes weeks to go through forensic investigation to figure out which access path an attacker took. What causes this problem? Identity fragmentation. That's the root of all evil. If I'm an engineer at your organization, I have hundreds, if not thousands of identities sprinkled everywhere. Databases, Kubernetes clusters, cloud accounts, the list goes on and on and on. So managing all of it is just, it's an unsurmountable obstacle now. This is how we solve this problem. We're bringing an identity layer for your infrastructure. The purpose of that identity layer is to keep track of everyone and everything that's involved in computing. So you need to know all of your humans who access your infrastructure, all of the laptops they're using, all the servers you have, and every piece of software, including AI agents, that run on those servers. And obviously things like databases, Kubernetes clusters, and so on and so forth. What this does, it eliminates all anonymity from your computing environment. In the end, you're going to have one identity interacting with another. The access path doesn't matter anymore. And the policy enforcement becomes very simple. That's the first, probably the most important thing that Teleport brings to the table. And the next thing we do, we offer you a strong implementation of identity. Notice in my example earlier, almost all of these different access paths began with a phishing attack or some kind of identity attack where attacker gets access to your credentials. Credentials are not identity, it's a very different thing. There is no such thing as identity theft. What we use a strong identity implementation that doesn't rely on credentials, which means that there is nothing an attacker can steal when they attack behavior of humans. We use hardware root of trust to derive cryptographically where identity comes from. What that means is microchips like TPM and HSM on servers and laptops or phones, and we combine it with the biometric of humans, and then we also pin the resulting derived certificate to a particular machine, a particular IP address. Identity implemented this way should be offered not just to humans, but to every single element of your infrastructure. This is why we call this architecture infrastructure identity. So it does two things: eliminates all anonymity in your computing environment and makes your infrastructure resilient from human behavior, because identity attacks become impossible. Any organization that embraces infrastructure identity approach will instantly see, first of all, and maybe even surprisingly, much improved productivity of their engineering teams, time to market, deploying new technologies into production quickly ahead of competition, staying competitive. This is what this technology allows you to do, because a trusted computing environment is much more productive computing environment, because there is no need to authenticate constantly. Every single subject involved in computing is already well known because of this layer. So engineers love operating in trusted environments. That's the first benefit, velocity, time to market. The second benefit is obviously infrastructure resilience, and I use resilience instead of security, because almost every engineer has a story. It's like, hey, I accidentally damaged production data at some point because I thought that I was connected to staging or something like this. So even such accidents become completely impossible in a trusted environment with an infrastructure identity layer, simply because, again, every identity is accounted for. And obviously, the identity attack, which is the most common form of attack on infrastructure, becomes nearly impossible to mount on infrastructure that has a layer like that.